What's good? Peace, kings and queens. It's your girl Tay. I'm back yet again. So this is more or less going to be a two-part video and a follow-up to a video that I posted yesterday. For those of you who are just now joining my channel, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And also check out that video yesterday because this one will make a whole heck of a lot more sense. So yesterday I did a Doordash ride-along. It's a Saturday. Today is now Sunday. And I actually shared with you guys the time span between each one of my orders that I received, and also my weekly earnings plus what I had earned for yesterday. So I also mentioned at the end of the video that I was going to be back at it again, and last night I noticed when I got on the Doordash app that it actually gave me the option to schedule myself today for a couple of hours in the morning. So I thought, you know, I've never been able to schedule. Maybe it's because I've only been doing this for about 2 weeks, give or take. I think maybe less than that. It's probably been about 10 days altogether that I've been doing Doordash, but I've been doing it consistently. And in the period of time that I've been doing it, I'm already like almost at about 50 deliveries. So the reason why I believe they did that is probably because I received an email from one of them when I had called in yesterday about an incident I had with a merchant running out of food. And again, that's in the other video. So for those of you who are like, what is she talking about? In the video I posted yesterday while I was doing my Doordash ride along, there was an incident where I got to a merchant and they ran out of food. So I ended up having to contact Doordash customer support. But anyways, I received an email back from someone in customer support saying that they appreciate all my hard work and that I'm one of their best dashers, I guess, in my area. So with that being said, I believe that that's probably why they let me schedule, because I have been trying to schedule myself and I wasn't able to. It would only give me the option to schedule myself at like 12:30 a.m. to like 1:30, and I'm definitely not going to go out and work at that time. So I'm up today. It's about 9:34. I'm scheduled to work 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. I haven't gotten any orders and it doesn't seem to be that busy, so I'm going to wait it out for about 30 minutes and see what happens. If I get some orders, I'll definitely be checking back in with you guys to let you know, just like I did yesterday. I am still going to be going out tonight, and that's why this is going to be a two-part video, because it's going to be a double shift. So we're going to see how much I can make working the morning shift and how much I can make working my usual dinner shift. My ending total right now for the week is $210 and I believe 30 cents. So we're going to try to get that as close to 300 as we can. So I'll see what's going on, and I'll check back in with you guys in just a little bit, or as soon as I get an order. Alright, so I actually just got my order. It's about 9:40. The order came in, I want to say like around 9:36. Have to pick up the order by 10:02 and drop off by 10:15. It's the order at a Jack in the Box. So yay, I'm excited. You know, I've been I told you guys I'm going to be hustling, trying to grind this out, because I do believe there's a lot of potential with this company. So I'm definitely going to let that work to my advantage. Like I said, we're going to see what we come out with today. So I'll get back with y'all after I drop off this order. Alright, y'all, I'm back. So I just dropped off my first
Turn right onto Painter Avenue.
And I am headed back towards my starting point. It is about 10:08. That order needed to be dropped off by 10:15. I actually got it to the customer by 10:03, and I had to go in and order it. It was at a Jack in the Box, like I said earlier, so I actually had to go inside and pay with a red card and order it when I got there. But they were not busy at all. There wasn't even a lot of people sitting and eating in the dining room, so I actually got in and out fairly quickly. So I am headed to, oh, looks like I got another order, y'all. Alright, y'all, so I just dropped off my second.
In half a mile, turn left onto Washington Boulevard.
I just dropped off my second order, and I'm headed back. I'm actually in the city of Pico Rivera, which is about 6 miles from my starting point. not too bad. I got paid, I think, $8.15 for that order. So my total already is at $15.21 between those two orders. And it's only been 1 hour. It's about 10:36 right now. I'm scheduled to 11:30. So, like I said, I'm going to head back to Whittier. And get as close to my starting point as I can. Usually they'll send me an order. I'm gonna try to squeeze in about, I want to say 2 if the orders are good, 3 orders during my last hour, but you never know. So I'll check back. Spot near my starting point. So I'm actually here at the restaurant now. I'm going to go in there and pick it up. It says I need to pick it up by 11:03 and it's 10:49. So I'm really early. Hopefully it's ready, but I also have to go in and pay with my red card. So I'm going to go in and pick up this order and I'll check back with you guys when I'm back. Alright, what's up, kings and queens, my fellow Doordashers? So I just dropped off my 3rd order for the morning. It is 11:04 right now. My shift is actually over at 11:30. We're gonna see if I can get one more order in. Usually what happens for me, hold on, my little dash thingy is doing the waka flocka right now. Okay, so usually what happens for me, whenever I'm on my last 30 minutes, what they'll usually do is they'll give me an order that's a little bit further out in distance, meaning like that order was actually 3 miles in total for the total trip. So usually they'll give me an order that's probably like a mile or 2 away from where my current location is, but the delivery will be 7 miles out or 10 miles out, or in another video I spoke of a delivery that I had was actually 17 miles altogether in total, and the pickup to the location of the restaurant was 3.5 miles away from where I was, and then the delivery to the customer was an additional 14 miles. So that's usually what happens. I hope they don't do that. I hope that I just get another quick small like $5-6 order to close out this dashing session right now, but we'll see. You know, I'm not gonna turn down no money. Like I said, we single moms, single dads, us business-minded people who are trying to transition from working at everyday 9-to-5 job. You know what I mean? Don't turn down no opportunity to make no money. I mean, you got to do what's best for you at the end of the day. If the driving distance ultimately is too far and you don't think it's worth it, by all means decline that order. But I know for me, if it's not nothing ridiculous, like, okay, obviously if it was like a 20-mile trip or if it was a 30-mile trip and I'm only gonna get like $10 for it, I would probably not accept that order because that's way too far out. But you know what I mean, 7-10 miles is not too bad, especially depending on if it's traffic or not. And that's my biggest thing. I don't like sitting in traffic at no time. So if I can get that order delivered in 20 minutes or less, better for me. But yeah, I'm gonna head back to my starting point, or actually I'm gonna drive to a hot spot right now and see if I can pick up another order. If I do, I'll let y'all know. If I don't, I'll let y'all know. Hey y'all, I'm back. So it is about 11:54 right now. I just dropped off my fourth and final delivery for this shift. As you can see, I got my baby in the back. Say hi. Well, you can't see her wave her hand, but she waved her hand. So anyways, I'm headed back to the house, y'all. I think that's about it. With those 4 deliveries, and like I said, like I was explaining earlier, the last delivery that they gave me actually was a little bit further out. It wasn't too far. I think altogether it was about 6 miles, 2 miles from where I was to the restaurant, and then it was about 4 miles to get to the actual customer to drop off the food. So not too bad. My ending total for this morning, I believe it was $28 and some change. So my new week's total as of right now is $239.16. Don't forget, we're doing a double shift today because I want to see how that works out, because on the weekends I might end up doing double shifts on Saturdays and Sundays just to boost up my earnings a little bit. But yeah, so I'll check in with you guys later on and try to get back out here between 5 and 5:30. So catch y'all soon. What's good, y'all? I'm back. So this is the beginning of the second shift for Doordash. It is 5:36. I actually clicked on, I believe, at 5:29. And as soon as I got in the car, got my first order. Headed to Chipotle. Looks like it's going to be a small order because the price is only $5.50. But like I keep saying, I can't keep saying enough. You want to accept as many orders as you possibly can, even the small ones, because trust me, they do add up. So I'm about to go pick up this order, and just a little bit of an explanation. The only reason why I'm not really talking to you guys the whole time, me going and picking up my order and dropping it off, is because, like I said, this is your own business. You can run it the way that you want to. I myself, I prefer to be 100% focused on picking up the order and dropping it off. If I have extra time in between, which I'm making the time because I want everybody to benefit from this information, then that's when I'll talk to you guys and explain everything that's going on. But my first priority in this is to make sure that all of the customers that I'm delivering food to gets their food on time. So I'm actually just now arriving at the restaurant for my first order. I'll check back in with you guys when I'm on order number 2. All right, y'all, so I just dropped off order number 1. It is about 5:50. I'm headed to a hot spot. Oop, and I just got another order, and it looks like I'm going to exactly the same restaurant. So order number 2 it is, y'all. All right, y'all, so I just dropped off order number 2. Let me tell y'all something. It's only about 6:17. I actually have gotten 2 orders out the door already, and it hasn't even been an hour that I've been working. My total right now is at $12.40 just for this dash alone. Let's not forget that I already dashed a short 2-hour shift earlier. That came out to about $28 and some change. So I think we're doing pretty good. It's a rainy day. I believe it's a 3-day weekend. People are staying in, and it looks like DoorDash is keeping me pretty busy. I scheduled myself for a 4-hour shift from 5:30 to 9:30. Not sure if I'm going to go the complete 4 hours, but we're going to see, because you know what? I'm addicted to getting that money right now, and it's kind of hard to just stop when it's flowing. So we'll see. I'm headed to my 3rd order right now, though, and I'll check back in with y'all as soon as I get done dropping that off. What's good, y'all? So I'm headed to order number 4, I believe this is. Now, this one actually is, it says it's about 13.5 miles for the complete trip. And from where I'm at, it's 5.7 miles to get to the actual restaurant, which means I'm going to have to drive almost 8 miles to get to the customer once I pick up the food. Normally, I wouldn't accept something like that, only because I want to stay in my area. And for a lot of people, it may not be worth it. I mean, it's only, I think it was $8.93, which for a lot of people, considering gas, they're probably like, it's not really worth it. But for me, I have a goal that's going to put me at just under $30 already, and I still have about 2 hours left on my shift. So I'm going to go ahead and accept it and then head back to my starting point in Whittier. It looks like it's in Cerritos. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to be dropping the food off, but the restaurant is in Cerritos. So I'm going to head back to my starting point just as soon as I can get this order delivered. So far so good. That last order that I just dropped off, it was fairly close. The only thing that bothered me was dropping it off. It was in a really complicated apartment complex. I mean, they have a what do you call that, automatic gate. So the only way you can get in is, of course, if you have a remote control with your vehicle. So she was telling me to just sit and wait for a car to come in, and I'm like, no, I would have to sit and wait for a car to come out. So I ended up having to just find a spot, park, put my hazards on, and then going inside was like walking around in some type of maze. I literally had to stay on the phone with the customer the whole time and have her help me get to where she was at. So that actually took like 10 minutes, and I, you guys know how I am about being on time. And luckily I got it there on time. I needed to be there by 6:48, and I hit the delivery at 6:46, so it still got there on time, but there's just a little bit more time that I want to spend delivering an order. So just a tip for DoorDash staff, you guys kind of, if you can, make sure some of these locations is a little bit is not so complicated as that one. There should be easy access, because nobody wants to get a ticket, nobody wants to sit and wait and end up being locked inside of a gate, because it didn't even seem like she was going to come outside to use a remote if she had one. I don't know if she had one or not, but that's my little story on that. But anyways, I'm headed to get my 4th order, y'all, so I'll check in when I'm heading back. Alright, y'all, what's good? I'm back. So I just dropped off my 5th order. I'm actually on my way to pick up my 6th order. Like I said, they're keeping me working tonight. I was backing out of the driveway from that customer's location, and I got the order. This one is 17 miles altogether, but the good thing about it is it's actually taking me back to Whittier. It's taking me to a Jack in the Box that's in Whittier, which is my starting point, and then I believe that the customer is 3 miles away from the actual restaurant, so that's good for me. I absolutely don't mind. I'm happy, and yeah, it's gonna take me about, I think it says 20 minutes to get there. They're giving me an hour to pick up the order. It's not going to take me that long to get there. It's literally only going to take me 10-15 minutes, because there's no traffic right now, which is absolutely a wonderful thing when there's no traffic. So I should be there shortly, y'all. We're going to see what to do after that. Alright, dropped off order number 6. Not too bad. Let me tell you what happened with that one. So I remember telling you guys before that it was 17 miles from where I was at. I went all the way out to Cerritos to pick up and drop off an order. And then actually the pickup was in Cerritos, the drop off was in Buena Park. So this delivery altogether was about 17.5 miles. So I suspected they did that to get me back to Whittier, because now I'm back in Whittier. I'm close to Whittier. I'm about 3 miles away from my starting point, which is cool. So I'm headed in that direction right now. Maybe we'll get an order even before we get there, because that's what's been happening. It's about 8 o'clock right now, and I've already done 6 deliveries, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. Oh, but what happened with that order? So basically, the customer called me. They were a little bit, oh, and just like that, I have another order. All right, sorry about that, y'all. So I believe when I clicked on that order, which is this is my 7th order I'm headed to right now. It's 7 miles for the whole trip, 3 miles from where I'm at to get to the restaurant, and I'm assuming it's going to be 4 miles to get to the customer. So when I clicked on that order, I think it clicked off of the camera, but it's cool because I'm back. So what I was saying was the customer ended up calling me, and they called me because they were confused as to why DoorDash would send someone all the way from Cerritos or Buena Park, which is where I was, back this way to deliver their food. So they were ready to cancel. He said he was going to call DoorDash, he was going to cancel. Now, as I'm driving, I'm waiting for the app to say that it's been canceled, right? It never says that. So when I get off the freeway, because he's thinking it's going to take an hour, because that's how long they gave me. And I think that they gave me an hour just to save me. Because I'm coming from such a far distance, they gave me a little bit over an hour to drop off the order. But I think they did that just as a precaution, just to make sure that I have plenty of time to get there, because I still have to order it. It was at a Jack in the Box, and in my experience with Jack in the Box orders, you have to order it as soon as you get there, and you have to pay. So they have to give me time to get to the restaurant, give me time to pay for it, and give me time to order it. That's my thinking. So anyways, the customer is asking me, you know, why would they send me? And I told him, honestly, I don't know. But I believe that the reason why is because my starting point is in Whittier. So since I'm a Whittier driver, they're giving me an order that's in the direction of where I was going to be headed anyway. He says that he knew that it wasn't my fault, but he just really didn't understand, but that he was going to cancel the order. I'm waiting for Doordash to actually cancel the order, and they actually don't cancel the order. So I ended up calling the customer back as soon as I got off the freeway, because I'm still headed to pick up this order until it says cancel. So I called the customer back and I said, hey, you know what? I'm right up the street from the restaurant. Are you still going to cancel the order, or would you like for me to go and get it? He says he still wants to cancel it. He's waiting on I guess in the chat, waiting for a representative to come online so that he can talk to them. I said, well, you know what? I explained to him the same thing I just explained to y'all. I said, it's been my experience that with Jack in the Box, we usually have to go inside and order. So I don't think that your food is going to be cold, because that was his concern, is that his food is going to be cold as soon as I get there because of the amount of time. I said, no, I don't even think they started making the order. I think they're going to start it when I get there. I told him, I said, well, I don't mind waiting if you want me to go there and just pick it up. And he said, okay, that's fine. So I get there, and of course I order it, I pay for it, and I get it to him. They were really quick. They did have to make it fresh, of course, which I knew they would. It took them about 5-10 minutes to make it, and then 10 minutes. It was 8 minutes from the restaurant to his location. So I made it on time. He was happy. He giggled a little bit, and he went on about his business. So, you know, it just goes to show that you never know what you're going to get. You never know.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Mulberry Drive.
You never know how your night is going to go, where they're going to send you. But like I said, you don't turn down anything. I'm not turning down anything right now. I have a goal to make, and I'm going to keep pushing through. So I'm going to head to the 7th order, and I'll check back with y'all in a bit. What's poppin', y'all? I have officially finished my shift. It is about 9. Turn the light on so you can see me. It is about 9:38, and I just dropped off my last delivery for tonight. I did a total of 8 deliveries on the 2nd shift for the dinner rush, and I did 4 for the breakfast. So let me break that down for you guys. There's my baby in the background being spoiled. You gotta yell though. Okay. So for the dinner rush, I made a total of $64.39. When I divided that by the amount of hours that I actually worked, that came out to about $16.50, I believe, an hour. Now, for the morning shift from the 9:30 to 11:30, I only did 4 deliveries, and I made about $28. I can't remember the exact change amount, but all in all, between the 2 shifts today, the grand total came out to be around $92 and some change. The good thing that I want to highlight for you guys is that I only worked 6 hours today. I made $92. That brought my ending total for this week, because remember, I worked every day this week. I worked 6 days this week. I take that back. I worked 6 days this week. 6 days this week at part-time, only working between 2 to 3 hours for the dinner rush, Monday through Friday. Saturday, yesterday, I worked 3 hours, and then today I actually worked 4 hours. My grand total was $303. Ka-ching. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that. Even influence on your life, I'm gonna do it. Like I say always, you gotta put in hard work and you gotta be consistent. There's nothing that you can get in life that's gonna be easy and quick. You gotta work hard for it. But this is just my way of giving you proof that it is possible to increase your earnings potential if you're willing to put the work in. I am considered a part-time Doordash driver. I only drove a total of, I want to say, probably 20 hours this whole week. Between 20 and 24 hours for the whole week. And in that, I made $303. So it is possible. Just think, if you were to actually work a full-time schedule doing this, you could make more. You could definitely, absolutely make $600 to $700, even $1,000 a week, depending on where you are. So with that being said, I'm going to leave y'all on that note. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment below for any additional videos or information that I can provide to you guys. I'm in the Orange County area. I'm out in the state of California. So if there's any information that I can give to my fellow DoorDashers that are working in this area, I would gladly do it. Don't be afraid to reach out to me at any time. So I'm going to leave y'all on that note. Make sure to stay to the end of the video so I can